Streetcar racing is surging. This is cell phone video of car racing in Uptown, but police say similar scenes are playing out across the metro and in our suburbs. Drivers in souped-up vehicles block roads as they perform stunts, and this all poses a danger to the public. Brooklyn Park police say they are seeing an increase of illegal car racing. Reporter Sonia Goins tells us about a joint effort to crack down on the criminal activity.
It looks like a scene from the Fast and Furious movie, but it's not. It's real. This streetcar race was captured from a Minnesota State Patrol helicopter during a recent joint operation in Anoka and Brooklyn Park. You can see drivers burning rubber and doing 360-degree donut spins.
We've never seen it like this. I mean, it's incredibly concerning the way that they're just boldly taking over streets.
Brooklyn Park police say the illegal races are happening all over the city. Our CCX media security cameras caught a race earlier this year right outside our parking lot. You can hear and see the cars zooming through the street.
Shutting down streets, blocking off traffic, and then just doing burnout slides, racing up and down the street.
The flashy nuisance is becoming a public safety risk.
It's a major inconvenience and safety hazard when you're shutting down major streets that people need to use.
Officials say street race drivers use social media to meet up, and they move from one city to another. That's why it's a challenge trying to catch them.
Because it's in all different jurisdictions, all over the metro and sometimes outside the metro, and you never know on any given night where they're going to show up.
Brooklyn Park and other agencies are teaming up with the Minnesota State Patrol to stop streetcar racing. They made 61 traffic stops during a recent joint operation in Brooklyn Park and Anoka.
We did issue some citations. We arrested a couple drivers. We had arrested one driver that fled from a trooper, and we ended up locating it with the use of our assistance of State Patrol flights.
While local law enforcement is keeping an eye out in their cities, the State Patrol is focusing on streetcar racing on highways.
Any racing on the freeway is not acceptable, and we're not going to allow it.
Local police and State Patrol say they will continue working together until they can put the brakes on the illegal car races.
They're not going to get away. We're going to stop these people. We're going to make sure they get stopped, and we want to make sure that lives are being saved.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Metro Transit plans to add more police officers in an effort to ramp up security on light rail and buses too. Metro Transit announced they will hire 50 additional community service officers to work with Metro Transit Police, as well as 15 additional police officers. The initiative will be rolled out in phases and covered by federal COVID-19 relief funds. This change comes as more people come back to work downtown, and ridership is currently at 45% of pre-pandemic levels. The area around Maple Grove Hospital continues to develop and grow, and you can see further proof of that at the latest construction site. Crews are working on a new 30,000 square foot fitness center next to Slumberland Furniture and Target by the hospital. This new large-scale gym is called Crunch Fitness, and it will be owned by a Maple Grove resident. It will be the second Crunch Fitness location in the state, and they hope to be open by the beginning of the year.
There's a tremendous amount of traffic, roughly 135,000 cars a day, and 94 that go by here every single day. So that's why we thought this location made a ton of sense.
There is a Crunch Fitness in Blaine, too. The large gym offers different levels of membership, and they say they are a diverse, no-judgment style of gym. If you need to duck into air conditioning for a while to cool off this weekend, there are new exhibits up at the Hopkins Center for the Arts. Neil Persley shows us one of them in today's Weekend Showcase.
There's a new exhibition up at the Red and Penning Gallery at the Hopkins Center for the Arts.
This exhibition is Memento, Living in Abstraction by artist Kristi Kruder.
And if you're feeling a little abstract and ambiguous, this is the show for you.
There's a wide variety of objects on display, including two-dimensional wall-hanging pieces, installation work, sculptural pieces, and a wide variety of mediums.
Kristi Kruder is an installation artist, and the work on display is curious. The textures are fascinating.
Wire mesh, which she treats as a textile, and wire that she treats like thread. These pieces behind me are wire mesh that have been fire treated, so she takes a torch to essentially draw those surface designs and textures.
Some pieces may leave you feeling a little blue.
She's also used cyanotype, which is a distinctive blue photosensitive emulsion that you can treat papers with and create photographs or expose other objects.
The installations are intriguing and allow the imagination to wander. The artist said in her statement the theme was about ambiguous loss, but perhaps you will find gain if you take in the form and texture of memento. In Hopkins, Neil Persley, CCX News.
It was a welcome sight Thursday night in the northwest suburbs. The Maple Grove Days Parade rolled through the streets. The Maple Grove Days Parade is the first community-wide parade to roll through the suburbs since the fall of 2019. Last summer, organizations canceled their community parades because of the pandemic. And if the size of this crowd was any indication, people were glad to see the event back. And that's just one of the events that's part of this year's festival.
This year we are using Central Park as part of the festivities. So we're moving our business expo outside. Used to be in the community center, now it's going to be in the skate loop at Central Park. So it'll be fun to wander through.
So this weekend is going to be our mobile tap room kickoff. We outfitted a new truck with 10 tap lines, and we're going to be serving at Maple Grove Days our Crimson Crush here, which is our special pomegranate lemon shandy brew. Proceeds of which will benefit the Maple Grove Community Organization.
OMNI Brewing's mobile tap room, complete with live music, will be at Maple Grove Days on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you missed that opportunity, you can see it again at Crystal Frolics on Friday, July 23rd at Becker Park. And there will be a new featured brew just for Crystal Frolics too. For more information, check out OMNI's Facebook page.
After nearly 30 seasons of playing on grass, football, soccer, and lacrosse athletes at Champlin Park High School will have a new surface to play on starting next month.
Early spring and late fall aren't always kind to Minnesota grass, especially when it gets used a lot. So it's a combination of relief and excitement for those in the Champlin Park athletic community that artificial turf is coming soon to the Rebel Stadium.
I'm just so excited for our community, for our kids that are going to get a chance to use the turf field. You know, it just provides so many opportunities for lower level teams to get out here and play some games. Obviously the turf is going to hold up to however many events we can hold, and whether the weather is raining or snowing, it's just going to give our kids a chance to have good footing under their feet.
Funding for the new field turf surface for all 5 District 11 high school stadiums was approved by the school board in 2019. One turf practice field on the west side of Champlin Park is coming next year. Work here at the school began May 28, with the project scheduled to be completed August 14th. The new turf will not only be a change for football, soccer, and lacrosse teams, but the durable surface will allow many other groups to use the field too.
Yeah, that's the big thing too, to get out to our community and our kids at our school, is that this isn't just for our kids in sports. You know, we're going to get our FIED out here every day. They're going to have, you know, cones and equipment set up, be able to run around, and then our marching band as well. You know, I know our marching band in our community is a huge pride for us. They're going to get out here more than one day a week now and have that authentic feel of a field and have the true lines in the right places, and I'm super excited for Steve and our marching band too.
Playoffs in American Legion Baseball get underway this week. Several local teams will be competing in sub-state tournaments. The double elimination tourney for sub-state 11 starts Tuesday and runs through Sunday at Osseo's Memorial Field. Local teams in sub-state 11 include Maple Grove and Osseo. The play-in game between the number 8 and 9 seeds is Tuesday night, with quarterfinal round games scheduled for all day Wednesday. Armstrong, Hopkins, and host Wayzata all play in sub-state 4, and those playoffs are this week as well. Brooklyn Park, Champlin, and Golden Valley are in sub-state 9. That tournament is in Coon Rapids. Summer team workouts are a thing again this year for high school athletes. We caught up with the Hopkins girls basketball team earlier this week.
The summer of 2021 looks a lot different than the summer of 2020 for high school athletes, including those in the Hopkins girls basketball program.
Yeah, it's great. It was super fun. We had like our Hopkins girls camp a couple weeks back in June. So that was just great to see all the little girls back, super excited to be back in the gym. So that was a great time. I took it for granted before being able to do all this summer work, but grateful to be with my teammates every day, and I definitely missed it last year.
Last summer, because of the pandemic, Workouts like this, for the most part, didn't exist for many teams. Now second-year Royals head coach Tara Starks can work with her varsity girls and younger players in the Hopkins program too.
It helps a lot. It helps me, one, to get to know some of the younger kids in our traveling program, but also build relationships and work on some of the small things that we didn't get a lot of time to work on last year because our season was so short, but also moving into, next year. We spend a lot of time just focusing on like shooting and ball handling and some small things that I think we need to improve on.
With more than a handful of future Division I players in the program, the summer AAU season is important to the Hopkins girls. And it's game on again in the summer circuit this year.
Last year we had 3 tournaments, like 2 at the end of July and then 1 at the beginning of August. And then this summer it's been totally different because we've had basketball since like May. And then July has been pretty hectic. We were on the road all last week and then we'll be on the road all next week too. So it's a big difference.
Summer training with athletes and their high school coaches is allowed until the end of July, and then comes the wait until a new basketball season begins in November.
That's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.